Too tired for an intro today. This is how the Padres won the Blake Snell trade. JK, that's just for clickbait. So before we dive in, let's just go over the basics of the deal. Start with the Padres. The Padres got Blake Snell, and that's it. Moving on. Who did the Rays get? They got Francisco Mejia, Blake Hunt, Cole Wilcox, and Luis Patino. In my opinion, I think the biggest pieces of this trade are Blake Snell and Luis Patino. So we'll spend most of our time talking about them, and let's get right into it. Now, if you follow the Padres in 2020, you'll know Patino had a terrible year. Played like garbage. ERA, garbage. WHIP, garbage. Performance, garbage. But let me do you a favor and put up some random stats that compare Patino to Snell. Now, everything here is in percentiles compared to the rest of the league during 2020. For example, if you're in the 99th percentile, you're in the top 1%. Now, right off the bat, they only have one thing in common. And what is that? It's exit velocity. This just means that hitters are hitting Patino's pitches about as hard as they're hitting Snell's pitches. In 58, that's slightly above average. So both of these pitchers are producing slightly above average contact, which I guess in this case means they're producing slightly below average contact, if that makes sense. But look at expected batting average. Patino is in the 89th percentile, which is hella good. Snell, 58, still pretty good, but not elite. What does this mean? It means that hitters aren't hitting Patino particularly well. But that begs the question, why are Patino's stats so bad? Why is he so garbage? And the easy answer is if you look at his walk rate. He's in the bottom 2 percentile. He walks batters about as often as Boy Scouts walk elderly women across the street. That's one of the reasons why Patino was so bad. But Snell, he is elite in some categories. His whiff rate is pretty high. His K rate is pretty high. So Snell has elite stuff. At this point in both of these players' careers, Blake Snell is by far the better pitcher. There's no doubt about it. But I'll leave you with one reason why I'm disappointed that the Padres don't have Patino anymore. He reminds me a lot of Dinelson Lamet. If you look at Patino's slider, he had a 47.8% whiff rate on that pitch. That means 47.8% of the time hitters swung, they whiffed on the ball. Now, compared to Snell's curve, this is no match. Blake Snell's curve was the second best pitch in the MLB, just in regards to whiff rate, with a 62.2% whiff rate. He threw the second best pitch in the entire Major League Baseball system. So, again, Snell is better. But you know who else threw a nasty slider with a 47% whiff rate? You're right, I already gave you the answer early on. Come on, guys. It's Dinelson Lamet. And Lamet, we all know, has one of the best sliders in the game. And if Patino can get people to whiff at the same rate that Lamet can, I think there's hope that Patino might bud into a great elite pitcher someday. And that's why I am a sad boy in the middle of the night. Now that deals with Patino and that deals with Snell, but let's quickly go through the rest of the players that the Padres gave up. Francisco Mejia, he's irrelevant. We will completely skip him because if you've watched the Padres, you will know he is irrelevant and he will probably continue to be irrelevant. Now Blake Hunt though, the other catcher the Padres gave up, I don't know anything about him, and so we should probably look into him. I did some research for you guys, and through 2 years of minor league ball, his stats look pretty mediocre to say the least. He was the Padres' 14th ranked prospect, and I only found a couple videos of him on YouTube, but the first thing I noticed is that he doesn't have a leg kick in pro ball that he used to have in high school. And I'm no scout, but the reason why hitters usually give up a leg kick is because they can't get their foot down in time, which means, yeah, he probably can't catch up to these pro fastballs, which is not a good sign. But anyways, I don't see a place for him on the Padres roster in the near future, because I mentioned this before in previous videos, but I love me some Luis Campusano. He is the face of the Padres franchise in the future, at least at the catching position. And I think 2021 will be the year that he actually breaks out. But yeah, you guys always give me crap for not supporting Padres decisions, but I think this was a good one. I think Blake Hunt really didn't fit into the Padres' plans in the future. Now last but not least, before I go to sleep, we got Cole Wilcox, this right-handed pitcher. He was the number 7 prospect in the farm system. Again, I don't know much about him. His stats in college were okay, but in 2020, specifically, the last season he pitched in college, his stats were elite. But to be clear, he only pitched in 4 games, and those 4 starts were against absolute scrubs. Like, his team combined to beat those 4 teams by a score of 42-9. So, I don't know how much that says about him. But yeah, I'm sure I have some video of him playing in the background right now, and if you've been watching, it seems like he has a pretty good fastball. Definitely works off of that. But yeah, he's ranked as a top prospect, and to be honest, let's be real. You and I will never know how good he'll be until he actually does or doesn't make it to the majors. So stop pretending like you or I know something, because we don't. If I had to take a guess, I think the Padres won the trade. And I know I said it was clickbait, but that was just because I wanted you haters to listen all the way through. Snell is really solid. Patino might come to bite us in the butt a couple years down the line. But yeah, I think, to be honest, I'm happy. I'm happy that Snell is in San Diego, because the Padres are winning the championship in 2021. That's all I got. Let me know down in the comments who you think won the trade. I'm going to sleep now. Talk to you guys later.